So last week I watched Apple's live event, and while I watched every presenter come on stage, I began to notice some repetitive skills that all these presenters had in common. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you 3 powerful skills that I saw Apple's presenters use. Stay tuned. Hello there, welcome back to The Prestige, a public speaking channel that's dedicated to helping you sharpen your public speaking and communication skills. My name is Atulego Precious, and in today's video, I'm going to be showing you those 3 powerful skills that Apple's presenters use and how it's going to make you a better speaker. Stay tuned. Now, the first thing I noticed about Apple's presenters was their ability to tell the story. Very powerful skill, storytelling. If you're going to be a powerful public speaker, in order to bring your audience in and give them an emotional feel that they can never forget, you have to know how to tell the story. Very important. Very important. Whether I can attribute this to their scripting, but I would love to tell you this, from the tone to the body language to the set, Apple knew how to bring and invoke the emotions. If you want to be a better public speaker, practice storytelling. I have a video which I'm going to link somewhere up here so that you can get involved, get to know how the skills work, and become a better storyteller. Let's go. Number 2, the ability to keep it simple. Yes, that's a skill. I've seen a lot of public speakers, including myself in times past, decide to go on stage and make it as complicated as possible, so that people can feel like you have something up there. That happens a lot. But when you begin to mature and you begin to target your audience and ensure that your audience have enough information that they can have a memorable, impactful experience from you, that they go home with value. In order to do this, it's very important that you keep it simple. In their presentation, even down to the product itself, Apple knew how to keep it simple. Don't get me wrong, there were a lot of improvements from the iPhone 14 to the iPhone 15. For someone who watches a lot of MKBHD and Mr. Who's the Boss, I think I should be very current. But Apple knows how to keep it simple. Whether it was from their transitions to how they brought up the first point, the second point, everything remained simple. Everything. And in your keeping it simple, don't forget to make it practical. If you watch Apple's presentation, in 2007, when Steve Jobs was bringing up the first iPhone, you would see how simple he made the presentation, even from the way he held up the prop of the first iPhone and the way he used the gestures. Everything he did, he made it very practical. And even the iPhone as a product, yes, they do that. It's as simple as it can be. But the point is, when you're on stage and you're trying to communicate value, make it simple and make it practical. Knowledge and wisdom are 2 different things. Knowledge is information. Wisdom is the right way to apply that information. If you want to give people value, make it simple, make it practical, and make it memorable. They will never forget it. Tip number 3. Apple knows exactly how to use the power of repetition. Yes, the power of repetition. If you were listening carefully, you would definitely notice that when they were talking about the iPhone 15, when they talked about the color-infused glass, Dynamic Island, they mentioned that in more than 5 times.
The dynamic island. The dynamic island. And the dynamic island.
With the dynamic island, innovative dynamic island.
Like the dynamic island.
And I can easily remember because I kept saying, you've said that before. You've said that before. You've said that before. Now, don't get me wrong, this is actually very, very powerful because the effect is actually living with me till date. There are two ways or two reasons why you can invoke the power of repetition. The first one, I'm sure you already know, is to keep it memorable. Make it simple and help your audience remember what they are going to be leaving the auditorium with. Now, let me tell you this. After you watch the Apple live event, the wonderlust event, you would notice something. When you left the video, you would see that there were certain things that made you happy about the new iPhone, or there were certain things that you were more excited about, and you knew exactly what things provoked that experience, what things provoked that emotion. It is the ability to provoke emotions and invoke the memory that is being used when you use repetition. Now, the second one is something that took me by surprise, and I'll go back again to Steve Jobs' video where he exposed the first iPhone back in 2007. This was the moment that I was shocked. Check out what he did.
We're introducing 3 revolutionary products of this class. The first one is a widescreen iPod with touch controls. The second is a revolutionary mobile phone. And the third is a breakthrough internet communications device. So, 3 things: a widescreen iPod with touch controls, a revolutionary mobile phone, and a breakthrough internet communications device. An iPod, a phone, and an internet communicator. An iPod, a phone. Are you getting it? These are not 3 separate devices. This is one device.
A communications device, a phone, and an iPod. The moment he did that repetition 3 times, at the second time I was like, okay. And then at the third time, I realized this is what this man is trying to do. He was trying to get the audience to lean in. He was trying to pull their attention in. And how did he do that? By repetition. He got them curious and he got their attention. 3 powerful skills that if you master how to use on stage, it is going to change the way you interact with your audience forever. Shout out to Apple for this one. You guys did a good job. Wonderful event. Always a pleasure to watch it. Trust me, you guys are one of the best when it comes to these things. Thank you so much. Once again, if you're not subscribed to this channel, click on the subscribe button. If you enjoyed this video, drop a like. We'll see you in the next one. Don't forget, Jesus loves you. God bless. Did I just wink with the 2 eyes? That's a wrap.